I'm doing work to pay bills and give and help family with no man. Yes, I get it. For single women, and you, Queen, are in this case is very tough because right now, unfortunately, 80% of women who are even married are in a relationship. They're still working. And so even if you're single or in a relationship, I see women are struggling, feeling that they have to provide, lead, and protect. Because we have right now crisis in the West, in the United States, Canada, Western Europe, that woman feels that she has to work in order to help her husband, or if she's single, that's even worse, because then you feel like you're fully alone. It's not even 50-50 to fully take care of bills and take care of the family. And obviously, if a woman works again, she is overstressed. And in order for you to decrease your stress, that's why I have my full program and videos on YouTube where you can watch how to start spiritual practices. So you can bring the stress down. When you bring your stress down because you connect to Creator, sooner or later, you'll get either raise or you'll find a different job where you're going to have the same income, but you'll be working part-time. When you start working part-time, obviously, you have now a room and energy to start dating. And when you are less stressful, you are more attractive, because a masculine woman who provides, protects, and does all of the duties of a man gonna attract only a feminine man who will ask you, let's do 50-50. And obviously, that is not attractive to a woman. Please know that, dear man, that if you want a woman to do 50-50 with you, even if she's doing it, she is miserable. And she is going to shift and continue stay in her masculine energy. A woman in a masculine energy cannot make love to you every day or 3 times a week because she's stressed, she's overworking, and she's on top of it taking care of kids. So if you want to have a healthy relationship with a woman, consider it is your duty to take away responsibility away from her and for you to provide and protect her. That's the only way a woman gonna feel happy. Work is essential if you have to survive. Yes, but right now you have to survive. But if you're gonna put a work and start doing spiritual practices, I promise you life gonna start changing. And it's gonna start changing fast, believe it or not. So are you from Afghanistan? Well, you see the sarcasm. Okay, you can joke about it, but look at the country. Relationships are falling apart. Women are so miserable and single, and men are single and miserable, and you can joke. But my family, my relationship with my husband works, and it works well for 10 years. So if you don't like my message, if you think it's 1950, it's Afghanistan, you can go. But for those who are really interested to learn how to make a relationship work, how to make a marriage work, how to date properly a man and a woman, then I invite you to stay, because I have something to say, because my relationship with my son, with my husband, with my girlfriends works, and I'm happy. And so the choice is yours. And you can continue your sarcasm, but it's not gonna trigger me, because I just know you are not happy in a relationship, and it's your choice whether you will learn from me or not. Wife left 2 years ago, and I tried everything to get back, but she doesn't want to come back. Well, I'll tell you the good news, and I'll tell you the bad news. Thank you for sharing, Meaty. At any point, a woman can change her mind. If a man leaves a wife, it's very hard for her to get him back. It's possible, but very hard. She has a window maybe of 6 months, possibly a year. If his second marriage or relationship is not working, there is a still chance, but it's much harder. For a woman, it's much easier, because when a woman leaves a husband and she divorces him, sooner or later, especially if she initiated the divorce, she meets a man. 6 months, 3 months later, or a year later. By the way, for a woman, it's much harder to meet a man after she divorced, because she takes her a while to get used to a new man. And when she realizes in the second marriage or a second relationship that she is unhappy, she starts regretting that she divorced her husband. Or she's single because she cannot find anyone. She struggles and she figures out even sooner, and she starts regretting that she divorced. By the way, 90% of women who initiated divorce regrets it. And if you have a good or semi-good relationship with her, you can just send her kind texts every once in a while. If you have custody of kids, start helping her even more with children, financially. Ask her if we can do something with children. If you don't have children, give her enough space when her anger or frustration because whatever that didn't work in the relationship or marriage, she starts to forget after 3-6 months, and in your case it's been 2 years. She slows down in her frustration and anger, and you can start asking her, would you like to do something? How is your work? Let me hear you out. And with your kindness and your interest, if you really show your interest and your kindness, sooner or later, she will be open to see you for a meal, to see you for a coffee, to see you for a movie, and you slowly get back. That's why when you are in a relationship and you talk to your exes, it's a very dangerous zone because it's a matter of time that the feelings can flame up and you can get back with your ex. And so same thing here. If you really still love your wife, if you really want to get her back, work on yourself, understand a woman, what makes her happy. Get curious, listen to her by asking her the right questions, and you have a chance to get back with her. Is it normal to go through a rough patch in a marriage where it feels loveless? Yes, my friends. After some period, usually after 2 or 3 years, sometimes even sooner, a marriage and relationship goes through the stage called disgust. In that stage, you cannot stand your husband or your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend. Like literally, you wake up and you cannot stand your partner. They trigger you, you dislike them, you literally feel like you hate them. And 99% of relationships and marriages end in that stage. And I promise you, if you're just gonna take one day at a time, things gonna get better. During this stage, and that's how it was for us in 2020, I had to spend more time with my girlfriends, with my hobby, than with my husband. We were just really spending time, only 1 hour, hour and a half a day, but hardly talking because there was just a lot of emotions where we couldn't connect. I was not in a good space, he was not in a good space, and we were triggering each other. And so the stage is painful, but it ends. It ends. And so you do. For example, watch a movie with your wife. Yes, wife. When you watch a movie, you have very little connection. Usually I say, don't watch movie because in a marriage you want to connect, you want to have a conversation, but during the difficult stage, or if it's a disgust stage where you cannot stand each other, it's best to see movie because you don't need an interaction, you're just staring at TV. And that helps. And choose a movie that will be a comedy, that will be light in nature, so you're not going to be boiling inside with the negative emotions that going to be putting more oil in the fire, and it's not going to be helping you. And so just trust me that any person, if they're committed to overcome this stage, you will. And this is a very dangerous stage where you will start thinking, okay, I'm so miserable, let me start finding another girlfriends or another female friends so I can spend some good time and find love somewhere on the side. If you're not gonna survive this stage, sooner or later, if you'll find a new girlfriend and you're gonna start having a relationship with her, sooner or later you will have a disgust stage with her. Because it's inevitable. And I promise you, when you're gonna overcome the disgust stage, you're gonna experience bliss. I remember when we overcame after 4 months of this misery of disgust stage, I woke up and I looked at my husband's eyes, and he has a beautiful blue eyes. I felt like I just I'm back in the honeymoon stage, but this time it's not just the physical and emotional, it was also spiritual space. Because you feel the connection and victory that yes, we overcame this stage. We're happy again and we're back in harmony and love. So don't give up when you are struggling. You're just gonna take things like one day at a time. I want you to think about it this way. When alcoholics are trying to quit drinking, they cannot think about next week, next month, or next year. They take one day at a time. I'm not going to drink today. Today. Tomorrow is today. And that's how you feel like if you go through the rough stage, it's just one day at a time. One day at a time. Loveless right now, today. But tomorrow when you will overcome this, or next month, it's going to get back to where you've been. Again, remember, relationship and marriage, it's a roller coaster. It's never going to be flat. It's going to be flat when we're going to die, my friends. Otherwise, we're always changing. And again, when we're going through a misery, pain, disgust stage, it's time to grow in order to overcome that so you can shoot up. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just a stage. Think about it this way. I hope that helps, my friends. Then let her work. Women don't want to do anything but complain. Mick, with your attitude, you will never be happy with a woman. If you think, let her work, woman just complaining, that's who you're going to attract. Women who will be complaining because you already have a filter that something is wrong with women. My channel is not right for you, my friend. You gotta see the channel where they talks about take this red pill or blue pill. I don't know. It's just matrix ideology, and let's hate all women. All women are like this. With this attitude, yes, you're gonna be miserable with a woman. And my channel is not for that. My channel is to help you to become the best version of a man and to be happy with a woman. My channel is for women to become the best version of themselves and become again feminine, soft, kind, and compassionate so they can be happy with men. But a man, if you're not willing to be provider, leader, and protector and take responsibility of a woman, you will never be happy with a woman. And maybe again, this is your, oh, thank you, Edith. That is your path. This is your exam in life. And it's okay. That means maybe in the next life or maybe in 20 or 30 years, you'll change your mind and you'll give it a try. That means you had such a difficult childhood or difficult experiences in life with women that you're not willing to work on yourself, forgive your mother, forgive your ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, and to move on and give yourself a chance to be happy with a woman. And that is about choice, my friends. Do you get it? So it's all right. It's all right.